Hi everyone, my name is Alistair from HWM Aston Martin. Now welcome to the Geneva Motor Show, and I'm going to do a small video presentation of the new DB11 which is behind me. So the DB11 was launched at this motor show literally only a week ago. There's huge buzz and excitement about the vehicle. It's the most significant new Aston Martin to be launched in a very long time, probably about 12 years, and it's part of our second centenary plan. So if you come with me, I'm just going to explain some of the really cool new features of the DB11. So firstly, we've got these awesome LED rear tail lamps. These are the smallest and slimmest LEDs that are production possible, and they wrap around, and then we've also got the Aston Martin sort of wings detailing in the corners of the tail lamps, which is really cool. Now, the cars all come with these gloss black splitters and diffusers on these launch edition models. This one's also got a black design pack, so you've got black tailpipes, and that's been paired with other black elements as well. So one of the big styling features of the DB11 is, for example, the contrasting colour cant rails. Now on this particular car, which has gone for a really dynamic and sporty look, we've got Madagascar orange paint over of it, and then you've got the gloss black cant rails, and you've also got a gloss black roof panel in there as well. That's the body coloured, and you can really play with the configurations and really make this a very unique and individual car. Now, pairing up those black elements, you've got these wheels, which will look really familiar. You'll have seen them on the DB10, which is James Bond's special car. So they're a directional spoked alloy wheel with a diamond turn face, and in here they've got a black background. You can have them in different options, so maybe with a silver background or in a shadow chrome finish. So they'll look really cool from launch. As we walk around, the door's still sworn upwards, as you'll realise. Can't really look in the cabin, but you've got this new, all-new cabin with Mercedes Daimler electrical architecture, also with infotainment, so it's a much more usable car and perfect for everyday use. As we walk around, I want to draw significant detail to this particular part here. So basically, this is a very traditional Aston Martin side strip in all but look. The whole bonnet is a clamshell bonnet. It's the largest single piece of aluminium that the buyers could go source, and essentially the whole bonnet clamshells forward and hinges forward by the nose. So it's a little bit like an old Jaguar E-Type. The wheels are exposed when the bonnet is lifted. It's particularly exotic, it's especially cool. And basically, to reduce all the dirty air that builds up within the wheel arch, essentially it shoots the air into this. This is an active aero aid on the DB11 called a curlicue, and if you feel underneath, it's bobbled, and basically that spins the air, all that dirty air, and then basically pitons it down the side. Cool, so thanks for joining me in the cabin of the new DB11. So there's so much to talk about in here, it's untrue. First of all, it's all new, it's an all new fascia, all new switchgear and buttons. So basically all the elements that you're used to in an Aston Martin still remain, so top grade quality leather with a natural grain in the hide, and the typical detailing that is so special to Aston Martin. So some of the new bits which are really cool. So in terms of the detailing, we have this broguing feature here in the centre of the seats and also on the centre console. Now broguing, very much traditional with the shoemaking industry, and it gives a very craftsman-like sort of feel in here. We've also got this new quilting feature on the seats. So we call this Nexus quilting, and then you can have the stitching in a contrast colour or to match the leather. We've also got these perforations within the seats as well. For the first time we're offering embossing within the headrests of the leather, but also you can have the traditional embroidery. And anything you have on the seat you can have essentially mirrored on the headlining. So we've got all the Nexus quilting here in the headlining as well as the broguing. With regards to other elements, gone is the traditional waterfall, and instead all the wood veneers or the carbon fibre veneers or the piano black are all done in a U shape, so traditional lovely materials. And also you'll see on the door cards as well, we've got these huge swathes of veneer or wood, which is lovely. Bang & Olufsen again is an option audio and applicable to all the first cars that will come out in production. But we've also got this all new infotainment system, so large colour screen, very intuitive to use, used via a Navi roller and also a touchpad, so like a computer mouse. And behind the clocks we have full TFT screen technology as well. So basically the center one is very cool. It's like a bit like a digital readout, like a motorcycle clock, and then you've got the rev counter on the outside and the speedo in the middle. And an all-new steering wheel that feels really nice to hold, really nice to touch, and very easy to find paddle shifters. So the paddle shifters control an 8-speed automatic gearbox, which is mated to a V12 engine up front. The V12 has 600 brake horsepower and 700 newton meters of torque, so it's just an absolute powerhouse. But with 3-stage adaptive damping and a great automatic gearbox, it's a very fast sports GT car. So it's just perfect for those long trips. So, just getting under the skin of the DB11, this is the engine. It's an evolution of the V12 that we've all come to know and love within Aston Martin product, but now it's 5.2 litres and it's twin turbo. So, we mentioned in an earlier video, 600 brake horsepower, 700 newton meters of torque. It's got very clever cylinder deactivation, so it will start running on 6 cylinders instead of 12, offering fuel savings and CO2 emission benefits as well. Now, if we just walk with me back here, we have this awesome cutout car. So this is in one of the new designer's choice colours. It's called Arden Green, and it's a really great example of how you see the clamshell bonnet. So the bonnet hinges forward, you've got the cutouts for the headlamps, and then you can see how the wheels are exposed. Now this is a bit of a sort of bastardised version, because obviously one half has got some elements of bodywork that the other half doesn't. But you see how far the engine sits back within the tub, meaning that there's very little weight over the front wheels. You get a very neutral front end. It's going to offer all the handling benefits that Aston Martins have had in the past. It's almost perfect 50-50 weight distribution. You've got the gearbox flung out over the rear in a traditional transaxle layout. The gearbox is the 8-speed ZF unit that's currently in the Vanquish and also in the Rapide. What's really cool, we can also see obviously the all-new aluminium tub, but if we scroll down a little bit, you've got these pipes here. So when we mentioned the trick aerodynamics, basically the air's sucked in and it goes through this pipe and then shoots out the back through an air blade, and that's what keeps the bum of the car so planted and so squat. It's a really nice opportunity to see the car completely exposed and all the engineering beauty, not just the visual beauty of the car itself.